true meaning of death before dishonor. Samurai philosophy explained. The phrase death before dishonor is not just a dramatic slogan, it is the soul of the samurai. In the ancient warrior culture of Japan, this belief was etched into the heart of every true warrior. The samurai didn't fear death. What they feared was living a life that betrayed their principles. They followed Bushido, the way of the warrior, a moral code that demanded absolute honor, loyalty, courage, and self-control. To break that code was not just a mistake. It was a disgrace that could haunt a family for generations. For a samurai, it was better to die with your soul intact than to live having betrayed your lord, your people, or your own inner truth. To the modern mind, death before dishonor might seem extreme or outdated. But to truly understand it, we must strip away the surface-level interpretation and look at the core of what the samurai lived and died for. Honor wasn't just about how others saw you, it was about how you saw yourself. A samurai woke each morning prepared to die, not because he desired death, but because he wanted to live fully, fearlessly, and rightly. Every action was performed as if it were his last with precision, care, and awareness. To break a vow, to act out of cowardice, to compromise when righteousness demanded firmness, these were the real deaths. The death of one's soul, the death of one's name. The samurai would rather fall in battle, sword in hand, than survive by begging or surrendering. They understood that physical death is inevitable, but spiritual death, the death of honor, discipline, and meaning, is a choice. That's why seppuku, or ritual suicide, was sometimes performed by samurai who had failed or dishonored themselves. It was not out of despair, but a final act of responsibility, a way to reclaim honor in death after losing it in life. This act, while unthinkable by today's standards, revealed how seriously they took their personal code. To them, integrity was worth more than life itself. So how does this apply to us today? We don't live in feudal Japan. We're not expected to die for our beliefs. But the principle behind death before dishonor is more relevant now than ever. In a world full of shortcuts, lies, and easy escapes, honor is rare. People compromise who they are for likes, for attention, for temporary gain. But the samurai remind us that there is something greater than success, character. There is something more valuable than comfort, courage. And there is something more powerful than victory, virtue. Living by this code means making tough choices. It means standing your ground when the world tells you to fold. It means keeping your word even when it costs you. It means facing your fears instead of running from them. And it means never betraying yourself just to fit in. The modern samurai is not defined by armor or weapons, but by values, by a mindset, by a deep sense of what is right, and the courage to live it no matter the cost. Death before dishonor is not a death wish. It is a life commitment, a vow to live with such strength, purpose, and clarity that dishonor never finds a way into your actions. It's about living in such a way that when your time comes, you can face death with no regrets. You will know you stayed true. You will know you didn't run. And in that moment, you will understand the power of the warrior's spirit. This is the way of the samurai. This is the fire behind their discipline, the edge behind their sword, and the unbreakable spirit that carried them into legend. And this, if you choose to walk that path, can become the foundation of your own life, strong, steady, and rooted in unshakable honor. The world may tempt you with ease and offer you compromise, but the samurai within you knows the truth. It is better to die with honor than to live without it. That is the true meaning of death before dishonor. And those who understand it don't just live, they live with purpose, with courage, and with no fear of the end.